Hi, Titi. Hi, Bean. Hi, Brie. Ciao, Ana Maria. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Nicola. Everyone, we're wishing Nicola a happy solar return today. My Taurus queen. Bless her heart. And also shout out to all the quarantine birthdays. I know that it must be a little challenging, but I hope that you all know that you matter and that you are important and that you are celebrated, whether it's your birthday or not. Hi, Alicia. Just gonna let everyone settle in for another minute. So for those of you who are here, having a strap handy, if you don't have an actual yoga strap, you can always use a belt, a scarf, a towel, any long piece of fabric. Hi friends, hi new friends. And blocks as well. So if you don't have blocks, books stacked on top of one another works really great. Pots flipped upside down, so anything that has height and structural integrity to it. Beautiful, we're gonna get started. So for those of you who are here, you can come down to your back in a restful place. Whatever that looks like and feels like for you. Incorporating any props if that feels good for you today. And closing your eyes as you come down to your mat. And just allowing yourself to arrive in your space, to arrive in your body with your breath. Noticing your thoughts, not judging them, not attaching meaning to them. Simply just witnessing them flow through you like logs in a moving river. And starting to draw awareness to your heart space. And noticing the rhythm of your heartbeat up against your chest. And starting to notice the quality of your breath. And starting to deepen it. Inhaling from the depths of your belly. Moving up and through your rib cage. Up and through your chest. Up and through your throat. And exhaling when you've hit your maximum inhale. Continuing to breathe. Watching the air rise and fall. With every inhale, visualizing expansion. And with every exhale, release. With every breath, sinking deeper down, feeling the support of the ground beneath your sacrum. I'm going to take you guys through your guided body scan as I cue the different places on your body, just drawing awareness there. Noticing where and how you're holding tension and stress. Where and how you're experiencing sensation or discomfort. And overall acknowledging how it feels to be in your body today without judgment. And without expectation, starting to draw your awareness to your toes, moving up your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs, your pelvis, your hips, your lower back, your fingertips, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, your belly, your rib cage, your chest, your shoulders, and your collarbones. Starting to soften through your throat, gently swallowing them. Softening through your jaw, releasing your upper and lower jaw. And beginning to feel an overall lightness in your face plates, in your eyelids, in the space between your two eyebrows, your third eye, and visualizing a bright white light beaming out of the crown of your head, washing over your body, illuminating your form as you melt away into stillness, spaciousness, and awareness. Keep sinking down for a few more breaths. I invite you to set an intention here for your practice, making an I am statement, a state of being that you wish to cultivate within yourself. I am capable. I am grateful. I am energetic. I am surrender. I am trust. I am deserving. I am healing. Whatever it is that resonates with you, using this mantra, this I am statement as an anchor in your practice during this 1 hour on your mat, giving yourself the gift of presence and of medicine. Final breath down. And once you have exhaled, hugging both of your knees into your chest, squeezing them tight. Notice how your lower back feels here as well as your hips. And taking any movement that feels good to you in your body, like swaying side to side. Making circles with your knees. Final breath. Coming back to stillness. Interlacing your hands to the backs of your thighs here. And starting to roll up and down the length of your spine a few times to bring yourself up to a seated position with your legs crossed. Take about 3 rolls. And we'll meet back in our seated position here. Bringing your hands to your knees, rolling your shoulder blades back and down here. Planting your right hand down to your side by your hip, grabbing the right side of your face with your left hand and slowly drawing your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Not forcing anything, staying nice and gentle here with your neck. Big breaths. Final inhale and exhale. Once you've exhaled, bring your head back to center with control and intention. Left hand comes down to your side by your hip. Grabbing the left side of your face with your right hand, slowly drawing your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. Keep breathing into any discomfort or intensity here. Softening through on your exhales. Final breath. Once you've exhaled, slowly with control, bring your head back to center and down to your side. On your next inhale, left ear down to your left shoulder, drawing your chin into your chest, over to the right side for a neck roll. Take your time, nice and slow. Hi, Amanda. Miss you, love you. Happy you're here, babe. Just massaging your neck out here, loves. Take your time. Noticing if the way that our lifestyle has been during quarantine may be affecting your anatomy. Not judging yourself in that, just witnessing how you can be of service to your physical body here. Final breath in your neck roll wherever you are. Complete the full roll and breath. And once you've exhaled, we'll all meet back with our chins parallel to the floor, crowns tall. Bringing your hands to your knees now. Inhale, open up through heart center, come tall to the crown of your head, gaze at the ceiling. Exhale, draw your tailbone down, chin to your chest, round your spine, seated cat-cow. Inhale, come tall and wide. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Final breath. Inhale. Once you've exhaled, we'll meet back with a neutral spine and center. On your next inhale, hands above your head, shoulder distance apart. As you exhale, bend your elbows wide, squeeze your shoulders together, hug your elbows into your rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Your palms are facing inward on your inhale. 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 Final breath. Releasing your hands back to your knees. Give your shoulders a nice roll out. Relax your shoulders down. On your next inhale, hands above your head and together. As you exhale, right hand down to your side, bend into your elbow, left side body stretch. Inhale back to center, exhale over to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, draw your ribcage towards your hip bone. Keep elongating through the other side. Inhale. Let's take one more breath. Inhale. Inhaling both hands up and together. Exhale down. Inhale your hands up and together. Exhale, plant your right hand behind your tailbone, left hand to your right knee. Gaze over your right shoulder for a twist. Breathing through your belly here. On your inhales, coming taller to the crown of your head like a string of light is pulling you up. On every exhale, twisting a little deeper through your thoracic spine and chest. Keep drawing your gaze over your right shoulder. Let your body follow. Final breath. Once you've exhaled with control and intention, inhale back up to center. Exhale, plant your left hand behind your tailbone, right hand to your left knee, gaze over your left shoulder. On every inhale, coming tall to the crown of your head. On every exhale, twisting a little deeper through your chest and thoracic spine. Keep drawing your gaze over your left shoulder. Let your body follow you. Breathe from your belly. Oxygenate your body here. Expand through your lung capacity here. Final breath, nice and tall. Once you've exhaled with control and intention, inhale your hands up and together. Exhale down to your heart. Last one seated here, grabbing a hold of your strap. For those of you who just recently joined, you can use a scarf, a towel, a belt, any long piece of fabric. Grabbing your strap wider than shoulder distance apart. Inhaling your hands up. Exhale, hands back and down. Create space between your hands to keep your elbows straight if you need to. And just taking your time here, really milking the movement like you're moving through honey. Feeling all the micro sensations that arise as you move through your shoulder floss, strengthening your shoulders, increasing their mobility, and most importantly, moving energy in your heart space. Releasing blockages of protection there, mistrust. Just allowing you to be a bit more open and receiving through your heart center. And if your body feels called to take this shoulder floss in any other direction or to make other shapes, please feel free to explore. Your body always knows, and all you have to do is listen. Sorry, that was my singing bowl. Final breath wherever you are. Once you've exhaled, come back to center. Gently lower your hands down. And give yourself a big hug from here. Just notice what that space feels like. Breathing into any intensity or discomfort as you recalibrate through. Final breath. Once you've exhaled, releasing your hands down to your mat at the top, shifting your weight over into your knees. So come into a tabletop position. You can slide down your mat a bit to have some more space for your feet in the back there. To have more space at the top of your mat here. And planting your fingertips down firmly. Elbows are micro bent in case you have hyperextended elbows like I do. So the eyes or the insides of your elbows are always facing inward with your elbows fully facing out. Tucking your toes under in the back. Your hands are shoulder distance apart. Your knees are hip distance apart. On your next inhale, dropping your belly, chin parallel to the floor, gaze right in front of you. As you exhale, round your spine, draw your tailbone down, chin to your chest, push away from your mat. Cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, push away around your spine, push through your fingertips. Inhale. And if you feel called to get a little less linear, a little more fluid here, you can start making circles with your hips, swaying your hips side to side, just embracing the element of water. Final breath. And we'll meet back with a neutral spine in your tabletop. As always, I'm going to use blocks underneath my hands for a majority of the flow. I always leave the blocks at lowest height. I feel like it deepens my practice and keeps my core more engaged. So you don't have to have your hands on blocks, but you can. Wherever you are, tucking your toes back under in your tabletop. On an inhale, rooting yourself through your fingertips and your toes, lifting your knees about an inch, 2 or 3 from your mat to hover in a floating tabletop. Breathing here, slightly round your spine, draw your tailbone down, engage your core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees down, take a second, breathe it out. Next one again, inhaling to floating tabletop. Keep breathing, engage your core, draw your tailbone down. This time when I count you down, you're gonna push back to your first downward dog of the day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw your chest towards your thighs with your knees bent, roll back, downward dog. If your heels don't touch, don't worry, keep your knees bent. Focus on opening up through heart center. Walking your doggy out here. Just acquainting yourself with the pose, notice how it feels. Final breath to come back into stillness. On your next inhale, right leg comes up to hover. As you exhale, bend your right knee, draw your heel towards your sacrum. Opening up for 3-legged dog. On your next inhale, drawing your knee into your chest. For plank at the top, mountain climber. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale down, mountain climber, right knee to your right elbow. Inhale. 2 more, inhale. Final breath. Exhale, drop your foot at the top of your mat. Walking your foot the rest of the way up to bend into your right knee. Coming into a high lunge, crescent lunge. This shirt's very weird. On your next inhale, getting lighter on your fingertips. Floating your hands above your head. You can drop your left knee if you need to here. Wherever you are, on your next inhale, reaching taller through your fingertips. As you exhale, bend your elbows, draw them into your rib cage. Inhale up. Exhale, hug down. Inhale. 2 more, inhale. Final breath. Inhale up. Exhale down to your mat or your blocks. Dropping your left knee down, coming into a low lunge now if you weren't already there. Keep your left toes tucked under to keep your hips nice and square. Make sure your right knee is at a 90-degree angle. You can play around with the height of your blocks if you need to. Send your breath to your left hip flexor. Final breath. Before we move into our next crescent lunge pose, bringing a block to the inside of your right ankle. Planting your left hand down there. Your right hand stays to your right side as well. On an inhale, lift your left knee up. As you exhale, reach your right arm up for a twist in your crescent lunge. Actively pushing away through your left hand. Actively reaching up with your right. Breathe from your belly. Final breath. Once you've exhaled, inhaling your right hand down to your blocks or your mat. Sliding your right leg back, come into plank. Dropping your knees here if you need to. On an inhale, hug your elbows into your rib cage. Scoop up. Upward dog, pelvis and knees are lifted. Relax your shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, bend your knees. Downward dog. Take a breather here. You're walking it out, coming back into stillness and downward, and preparing for the same flow on the other side. On your next inhale, left leg comes up. As you exhale, bend your left knee, externally rotating through your left hip, drawing your heel down to your sacrum. Three-legged dog. Final breath. On your next inhale, come back to center. Hug your left knee to your left elbow for mountain climber. Inhaling up to your left leg. Exhale down to your elbow, mountain climber. Inhale. 2 more, inhale. Final breath to step to the top of your mat. With control. Bending into your left knee, make sure it's at a 90-degree angle before you move forward. On your next inhale, hands above your head. Inhaling to reach taller through your fingertips. As you exhale, bend your elbows, draw them into your rib cage. Inhale up. Exhale, remember you can drop your right knee if you need to. Inhale. 2 more, inhale. Last breath. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, down to your blocks or mat. Lowering your right knee down. Coming into a low lunge here. Breathing into your right hip flexor. Keep tucking your right toes under. Keep your hips nice and square to the top. Stay with your breath. Send your breath to the places that feel discomfort or intensity. Final breath down in your low lunge. Before we move forward, bringing your block to the inside of your left ankle now. Planting your right hand down. Left hand stays planted on the side for now as well. On your next inhale, right leg comes up. As you exhale, left arm comes up to the ceiling for a twist. Actively pushing away with your right hand, actively reaching up with your left, gaze follows. You can drop your right knee down if you ever need to. Breathe from your belly. Final breath. Once you've exhaled, lowering your left hand down. Resituating your hands for your flow in whatever way you need to. Slide your left leg back, come into plank. Dropping your knees if you need to. On an inhale, hugging your elbows into your rib cage, scoop up. Upward dog, pelvis and knees are lifted. Exhale, roll back, bend your knees. Downward dog. Breathe it out. Take a moment to walk out your dog if that feels good. Final breath, coming back into stillness. On your next inhale, rounding your spine to roll up to the top in plank. As you exhale, bend your knees, roll back. Downward dog. Inhale, roll up, round your spine, engage your core for plank. Exhale, bend your knees, roll back, downward dog. Inhale. Two more, inhale. Final breath, inhale, round your spine. Exhale back. On your next inhale, bending your knees and trying to float to the top of your mat with your feet as wide as your mat. And it's okay if that looks super messy, no one can see you, so laugh it off. From there, turning your toes out to a 45-degree angle, just slightly off the edges of your mat. With your hands planted at the top for now, drawing your tailbone down. We're about to set up for Garland's pose. So if this feels really intense for you with your hands at heart center, bring a block underneath your sacrum so you can focus on your heart center, your shoulders, and not have intense feelings in your hips. If you're feeling nice and open there, nice and warm there, you can remove the block and really sink into your hips there. Just a few pointers, drawing your tailbone down. And as you push your knees open with your elbows, drawing your heart open, relaxing your shoulder blades back and down from your ears. Your crown is tall like a string of lights pulling you up. Opening your arms wide here. Palms are facing out. Just let yourself sway here for a moment. Final breath. Coming back to center. Placing your blocks in front of you if you're using them for your flow. Otherwise, plant your hands down into your mat. Inhale to straighten your knees slowly. Heel toeing your feet. Hip distance apart. Planting a block just in front of your face at whatever height, but you can also use your mat if that's available to you. So left arm's down. On an inhale, bending into your left knee. Right arm comes up for a twist. Actively pushing away with your left hand, actively reaching up with your right. Breathe from your belly, loves. Final breath. Once you've exhaled, inhale. Swap your left hand out with your right. As you exhale, bend into your right knee. Left knee is straight, left arm comes up, gaze follows. Actively pushing away with your right hand. Actively reaching up with your left. Keep breathing through your belly. You may need to play around with the height of your blocks. No judgment or expectation of your body ever. Just meet it where it's at with love and compassion. Final breath. Once you've exhaled, inhale your hand down to your block. Straightening both of your knees. And hugging yourself in for a forward fold. Whether that's bringing your hands to the sides of your feet, grabbing your ankles, your toes, whatever it may be. You can bend your knees a bit if you need to. Keep shifting your weight into your toes. Final breath. Once you've exhaled, dangling to roll up to standing. Once your crown comes tall, so do your hands above your head and together. Exhaling down to heart center. Bringing your hands to your hips. Inhaling your right leg up to hover. As you exhale, externally rotating through your right hip. Then you can place your right hand on top of your right knee. Left hand stays at your left hip. Just balancing here. Breathe. Stabilizing through your core. On your next inhale, setting your foot up for tree pose. Planting it to the inside of your thigh, shin, or bringing your toes down at your ankle as a kickstand, if that's most available to you. And you feel secure and rooted through all four corners of your left foot. Bring your hands to heart center. Externally rotating through your right hip, so using your knee to draw it open. Relaxing your shoulder blades back and down. And clench your jaw. Stabilize through breath and core. Final breath. Inhaling back to center. As you exhale, kick your right foot back. Coming into airplane pose, your hips are squared. Your chest is parallel to the floor. Your hands can stay at heart center. You can come wide to your side, wide to the top. Keep breathing. You can come down to blocks here. Final breath. Once you've exhaled, bend into your left knee a bit to drive your right knee back into your belly. Exhale with control, plant your right foot down. Shake your left foot out. Woo! Well done. Okay. Stepping back to the tops of our mats, feet are together, setting your blocks up for a flow. Inhaling your hands up and together. Exhale, bow down, hands come to your blocks and or your mat. Sliding your right leg back, then your left for plank. Lowering your knees if you need to. On an inhale, scoop your elbows into your rib cage. Scoop up, upward dog. Exhale, roll back. Downward dog. On your next inhale, bend your knees. Gaze comes to the top of your mat. Floating with as much intention as you can. Feet are hip distance apart. Inhaling your hands up and together. Exhale down to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So mentally and physically preparing. Hands come to your hips. Your next inhale, left knee hugging into your chest. As you exhale, externally rotating through your left hip. Coming into a balance pose, pointing your foot. Left hand comes to your left knee, right hand stays at your right hip. Just breathing here. Pulling your thigh muscle up and away from your kneecap on your planted foot. On your next inhale, bringing your left foot to the inside of your left thigh. Shin or planted at your ankle with your toes tapped down as a little kickstand. And you feel rooted through all four corners of your right foot. Bringing your hands to heart center. Externally rotating through your left hip. Use your knee to draw it open. Relax your shoulder blades back and down and clench your jaw. Stabilize through your breath and core. On your next inhale, drawing your left knee back to center with control. As you exhale, kicking your left foot back as you bring your chest parallel to the floor. Your hips are squared. You can micro bend your right knee for more balance. Again, hands can be at heart center, wide to the side, wide to the top, tapping down on blocks. Final breath. Once you've exhaled with control, bend into your right knee a bit to hug your left knee back into your chest. Exhale, plant your left foot down. Shake it out. And we'll meet back at the top of our mats. Feet are together. Inhaling your hands up and together. Exhale, hands down to heart center as you bow your chest down to your thighs. Forward fold, hands to your mat and or blocks. Sliding your right leg back. Coming into plank, lowering your knees here if you need to. On an inhale, hugging your elbows into your rib cage, scoop up. Upward dog. Pelvis and knees are lifted. Relax your shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, roll back. Downward dog. Beautiful. On your next inhale, bend your knees. Gaze comes to the top of your mat. Floating to the top. Stay playful here. And on your next inhale, hands above your head, hands together. Exhale down to heart center. Feet are together here at the top of your mat. Hands down to your side. Your next inhale, hands above your head as you start to sink back into an imaginary chair. Draw your tailbone down, tuck your rib cage in. Make sure your knee line falls behind your toe line. If you peel your big toes off, it will help you sink into your seat a bit more. Inhaling a little taller through your crown and fingertips. As you exhale, bow your chest into your thighs, hands behind you. Inhale, chair. Exhale, bow down. Inhale. Two more, inhale. Inhale. Inhale your hands up. Slowly starting to come up onto your tippy toes. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your heels down. Fold over your knees. Dangling up to standing. Hands above your head, hands together. Exhale down to your heart. Beautiful. If your feet aren't together fully, bringing them together now. Keeping your blocks at the top if you want to use them for a flow. Inhale, your hands up and together. Exhale, bow down to your mat or blocks. Sliding your right leg back and then your left for plank. Beautiful. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up to hover. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your right hand down, right foot down. And again on the left side, inhale your left leg up to hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your left foot down. Yoga teachers quiver too, guys. Look at me quiver. On your next inhale, dropping your knees if you need to. Hug your elbows into your rib cage. Scoop up. Upward dog. Exhale, roll back. Downward dog. On your next inhale, coming down to your knees for tabletop. If you have a block, I would definitely suggest using one here. Just helps keep the structural integrity of the pose. So you're gonna grab your block like this on your mat. So you're making L shapes around the corners and edges of your block at the lowest height. And from there, you're going to bring your elbows down. So your elbows and shoulders are stacked. Elbows at a 90-degree angle, nice and rooted through that space. Tucking your toes under in the back from what looks and feels like a tabletop position. And on your next inhale, lifting your knees up, coming into dolphin pose. You can bend your knees there if you need to. Focus on your heart space and your back. Your gaze is to your big toes behind you. Use your breath here. Keep pushing away through your elbows. One more breath, nice and deep. Once you've exhaled, lower your knees down. Bring your knees as wide as your mat. Sink your tailbone down into your heels. Extend your arms a bit longer to the top for child's pose. You can stay down on your chin. If you want to open up through your throat chakra a bit, you can come down to a cheek, or you can kiss your third eye down to your mat, whatever feels best. Wherever you are, I invite you to visualize someone pulling your hands away from you as you sink back and down. And as we move a bit more into stillness now, and there's more time and space for distractions to move through, remembering your mantra, your I am statement. Take one more breath. Once you've exhaled, with control and intention, rolling back up to your tabletop position. And let yourself sway it out, side to side. Circle it out, whatever feels best. Final breath. And coming back to stillness in your tabletop. Planting your hands down on your mat or blocks. Tucking your toes under. On an inhale, lifting your knees up. As you exhale back, downward dog. Inhale your right leg up to hover. As you exhale, right knee to your right wrist. Extend your left leg long and back for pigeon pose. If your right hip is really high off the mat and it's super uncomfortable for you, just place a block underneath your hip. We're going to stay tall through our crown today. So planting your hands down on blocks or your mat and reaching tall through your crown. If this is really uncomfortable for you because of any injuries, you can always come back into reclined pigeon. So just laying on your back and crossing your right ankle over your left knee and hugging your left knee into your chest from there. Stay with your breath. Send it to the places that feel tight or tender or intense. Just noticing your internal dialogue. Maybe you have a pecking voice in your head that's saying things like, I cannot do this. This feels so terrible. I hate this. I want to come out of this. Let those thoughts, let those voices flow through you. Not attaching meaning to them, not holding yourself to those thoughts and being guided by them, but just letting them move through you. Recognizing that you have power to stay exactly where you are so that you can move through on the other side. A few more breaths here, my loves. Final breath, sigh it out on your exhale. Gently tucking your left toes back under, planting your hands down, sliding your right leg back, come into downward dog, bending into your left knee, to sink into your right hip, recalibrate into that space, notice what it feels like. And walking it out. Coming back to center and downward dog. Inhaling your left leg up to hover. As you exhale, left knee to your left wrist, extending your right leg back. Use a block underneath your hip if you need some more support there. Slightly flexing your left foot. Staying tall through your crown, remember. Pushing away from blocks or your mat, whatever feels best. Peeling your heart space open, relax your shoulder blades back and down. Noticing the subtle differences in your left and right side body. Send your breath where it's needed. Allow yourself to surrender into the sensation, creating space there. Final breath here, my loves. Once you've exhaled, rooting through your hands, tucking your right toes under to slide your left leg back into downward dog. Bending into your right knee to recalibrate through your left hip. And then walk it out the rest of the way. Final breath to come back into stillness in your downward. And on an inhale, walking your feet up to the top of your mat. Bend your knees if you need to. Feet are planted hip distance apart. On your next inhale, hands above your head and together. Exhale down to heart center. Stepping your feet together at the top of your mat. On an inhale, scooping your hands up, sinking back into an imaginary chair. We're going to use this technique to come down to our mats. So keep drawing your tailbone down. Eventually, you're probably going to want to come up onto your tippy toes. As gently and mindfully as you can, coming down to your mat. Control through your core. Extending your legs long once you've gotten there. Laughing it off if you fell. Stay playful. And from here, slowly rolling down your mat. Take your time. Once your head's tapped down, inhaling to hug both of your knees into your chest. Squeeze them tight. Swaying, making circles, just massage your hips out, massage your lower back out. Final breath, come back into stillness. And on your next inhale, hugging your forehead into your knees. As you exhale, coming down into your final resting pose, whatever that looks and feels like for you. If you're craving more hip openers, you can bring the bottoms of your feet together and recline down angle pose. You place a bolster underneath your spine if that feels good for you, underneath your knees. Palms can be facing up in an act of surrender and receiving. Or you can bring your palms down into the ground if you'd like to feel a bit more rooted or grounded today. And maybe, just maybe, there's a place on your body that you feel needs some love today. You can place your hands there as well. Just closing your eyes and taking this time to integrate the wisdom of your practice. Noticing sensations in your body, your thoughts, your breath, your heartbeat. Noticing any shifts in your mood or energy. Just notice. Coming back to your I am statement, if any distractions arise in your stillness here. please just walk away from anyone who makes you feel like you are difficult to love. In walking away, you will learn how to pour all of the love that you were giving to the wrong person back into yourself. And you will learn how to pour it into all that you desire in life. You will learn how to pour it into your growth, into your art, into your hope. You will learn how to stand up for your feeling, how to stand up for its value. And when you teach yourself that you deserve to be loved without having to beg for that love, you open yourself to the kind of beauty that chooses you just as freely as you choose it. You open yourself to the kind of people who see you and immediately know that you are a rare and beautiful thing. You open yourself to new beginnings, to a future that unfolds in ways that don't hurt or break you down, but rather build you up and show you just how worthy you are of having your heart held. Chase that. And bringing your awareness back to your breath and your body. Taking big belly breaths and expanding the breath up and through. Twinkling your toes and your fingertips. Making fists with your hands and releasing like you're playing with clay. Rolling your wrists, rolling your ankles. Stretching like you just woke up in the morning. Final breath there. And rolling over to your right side, taking fetal position. And with kind and gentle, loving hands, when you're ready, bringing yourself up to a seated position with your legs crossed. Beautiful. Hopefully you're all seated now. I have 28 seconds. Inhaling your hands up and together. Exhale down to your heart. Bowing your chin into your chest in an act of gratitude to your inner guide and inner teacher for bringing you here today. As always, thank you for sharing